When he first was in the army, when he was first married to my mother, and you can see that he's dedicated that to her, yours until death, which was a bit melodramatic, but...
Sheb Campbell's father was one of the most successful escapees of the Second World War, but until now the story of Corporal Roy Pagani has been largely forgotten.
I think all of those soldiers that were in Burma never spoke about what happened because it was too awful to bring back to their minds, and they, as a consequence, shut it all out.
Having already made it out of Dunkirk and Singapore alone, Pagani was the only European to successfully escape the terrible death railway. But a new book tells in his own words how, captured, slashed and beaten by a Burmese mob, he thought his luck had finally run out.
I was barely conscious, just alive enough to realise that this was the end for me. I was going to die. My promise to my wife and small son to return would not now be kept, and they would never know what had become of me. I was going to die alone, without identity, in this distant land among hostile people. I think it's very difficult to think of another story of this magnitude emerging either about the Second World War or subsequently. He was determined not to stay in the camp where eventually 13,000 Allied prisoners of war died building the railway.
But Roy Pagani did survive and in 1945 returned home, setting up a taxi firm in Clacton. Now his extraordinary story of courage and determination lives on. Martha Fairlie, ITV News.